So you all have to look into that state responsibility. What is stated under the state responsibility? Can you all look into the Article 1 says what? Article 2 says what? Cuba pergi kepada responsibility of states of internationally wrongful act. Cuba tengok Article 1 says what? Responsibility of states for its internationally wrongful act. So, can a state become or done any wrongful act? Can right? Dia pun boleh buat kesalahan kan? Betul tak? So, mengapa satu state ini dia boleh tiba-tiba kita kata dia melakukan kesalahan? How does Miss Jenny is here? Hi, Miss Jenny. So I'm just asking on the Article 1, could any state do wrongful act? Boleh ke? Can, right? Obviously, sure, they will do wrongful act. Anything that you have encountered through the issue regards on the wrongful act so far? Dalam anda punya news ke, dalam newspaper ke dan sebagainya, ada tak anda pernah jumpa berkaitan dengan wrongful act? If you look into the English version, if you don't see that say article there, anda juga boleh tengok kepada English version yang cikgu dah masukkan dekat sana. Ada isu berkaitan dengan article 1 dekat sana kan. The same actually. And article 2 also dekat sana kan. Anda boleh nampak every international wrongful act of state entail the international responsibility of the states. So anda akan nampak kan yang persoalan-persoalan bahawa entail tersebut. So that means for sure that most of the international perspective when they do something wrong, the entail of being what? Responsibility towards to their act. That means state responsibility. But state responsibility can be done in one of the important case that you always see. What case is that? Rasa anda pernah lihat kepada satu case yang anda tak akan lupa dalam isu berkaitan dengan state responsibility. What case is that? Can anyone tell me? Kofu Channel. Excellent. Kofu Channel, one of the case. Kofu Channel related to the mines, isn't it? True or not?
Yes, Albanian.
The mines, Albanian mines with the UK, the warship, right? True. They're passing through the ocean and all that. It's got the mines inside. Ada pre-op, is it? They call pre-op, Mr. Max? Is it so?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when we look into that, we understand the Albanian government need to be responsible towards the act. But let's say we talk about something to do with sources, something to do with treaty, something to do with earlier subject, whereby anda tahu, you have studied already the one important case. Nearly that case is everywhere. Nicaragua. Why Nicaragua? Very important. Was US have done something against Nicaragua?
So you mean the military aid, is it?
Yeah, military aid. Is it that means that they also have aid? Is it their own army or the people who went into that say Nicaragua? Adakah bermaksud bahawa kalau anda membantu sesiapa on the purpose to aid, means Mr. Max put the proper word there, membantu siapa? Askar-askar yang rebel dalam Nicaragua. If they help also, can that considered to be responsibility? Jawapan dia lah, ya kan? Correct or not? So Nicaragua, kita nampak dengan jelas bahawa mereka telah melakukan satu perbuatan yang boleh menyebabkan kepada kerosakan kepada negara lain. So why I use this word damages here? Kerana it's considered a breach of international law, which could be also a fundamental right. That means it could be considered to be what? International crimes. In which article it says it is international crimes? Article what? Article 19. So Article 19, why it says international? You must look into this draft. This is actually that's it lah, the treaty lah. This is actually the act itself lah. Yang mana kita nampak draft artikel dia. Hai, puan. So bila kita nampak kepada bila kita nampak kepada isu-isu berkaitan dengan state responsibility ni, boleh tak dia keluar? Jawapan dia lah boleh tau. Kemungkinan dia adalah boleh keluar sebagai satu soalan. Dia boleh keluar. So don't worry about it. It's very simple because anda sudah tahu Nicaragua. When you know Nicaragua, that means anda sudah pun pergi kepada ke arah mana? Ke arah conclusion yang mana state ini akan responsible kepada act of siapa. We have to look into that. Siapa yang mereka bertanggungan. It means to whose act mereka bertanggungan. Tanggungjawab negara itu boleh terjadi akibat daripada siapa selalunya. Is it because of the army? Can it become because of the army? Tindakan pegawai kerajaan, organ kerajaan, tindakan individu, tindakan perusuk. Kan tindakan perusuk boleh subjekkan negara itu sebagai liable atau bersalah. Something like mob lah, something like riot lah, something excellent. YAM. YAMM. So that shows what? It is the Yaman. War crime. Excellent. War crime. So war crime, can we subject the individual to be also, or the country to pay what actually? End of the day, they pay what? That's the answer for it lah. So cukup pecahkan, what is the last resort? If they say it state's responsible, what is the last resort? And the state have to do what? Semua kes-kes ini, state itu kena buat apa? Dia kena membayar ganti rugi. You have to pay what? Compensation. If you read all the cases, let's look into the Bahasa Melayu one. Try to look into the case law of the Rainbow Warrior arbitration. See the Rainbow Warrior. What happened dalam case Rainbow Warrior? Between France and New Zealand. And what happened to the couple there? The couple called Rainbow Warrior. Kejadian 1985, pihak France atau agent France telah memusnahkan kapal Rainbow Warrior di pelabuhan New Zealand. So United Nations Secretary telah diminta menjadi penimbang antara. So siapa yang musnahkan? French, right? So is it French have to pay or not? They say what? Keputusan beliau ialah French membayar kepada New Zealand dan pemindahan kedua-dua ejen French ke pangkalan French di Pasifik, di mana kedua-dua ejen perlu berada di situ selama 3 tahun. So what is the real word is there? Anda kena underline. Anda nampak dekat sana apa? Ganti rugi. Means they have to pay compensation. Maybe anda semua akan tanya saya kan, is it injunction also can be related here? This is more to what? The state responsibility. What the state supposed to do if they have done something wrong. So one of the way of looking at this state responsibility, the act itself, the draft of the state act, anda akan nampak dia ada banyak conduct of the state lah. Dia ada isu berkaitan dengan conduct of a person, entity exercising elements of government authority lah. Dia ada conduct of organs placed at the disposal of states by another states, access of authority, contributions of instructions. Article 7 very important. So anda kena baca semua artikel ini untuk memahami adakah state akan menjadi responsibility untuk membayar apa? Membayar ganti rugi. Okay, they will pay that ganti rugi lah. Ini adalah tanggungjawab apa? Tanggungjawab negara. Okay, next ialah kita akan lihat kepada what is the procedure. Dia ada 2-3 test dekat sana. Satunya objective and subjective test yang cikgu akan bincangkan nanti. Tapi tanggungjawab negara ini ialah merujuk kepada kaedah-kaedah dan prosedur lah. Lepas tu keadaan prosedur substantif dan sebagainya lah. Ini ialah seperti apa, pencabulan kepada hak apa, obligasi antarabangsa. So ini anda boleh tulis dengan lebih senang. Anda boleh kata, jika berlakunya obligasi-obligasi tanggungjawab negara di mana mereka melakukan satu kesalahan, maka ia boleh dikatakan sebagai mereka perlu membuat apa? Membuat ganti rugi. So like the rainbow case first. Okay, remember the case law. Then we got few other case law yang anda boleh nampak dekat sini, especially the one many people will remember on this related to the Turkey one. You all still remember the Turkey one lah? What happened to the Turkey? Another country kan ada masuk ke dalam Turki. Negara mana masuk ke dalam Turki?
Israel.
Israel pernah. Ada juga satu lagi negara. Ada juga negara lain yang pernah masukkan. The article 18687. See the 687? Dekat sana isu berkaitan dengan Kuwait. Kuwait one. It's 8687. See the 687? Security Council 687 yang mewujudkan tabung ganti rugi untuk apa? They enter Kuwait. They enter the Kuwait also. When they enter to the Kuwait, what will happen? It's also another way of saying that they done something wrong. They have to pay, isn't it? Ganti rugi, right? So this is related to 687. Okay. That one okay. This one easy. The Carrefour one said by Mr. Max just now, related to the Carrefour issue, the mines issue, related to the British, yang dua kapal terkena periuk api, yang mana juga berlaku di perairan wilayah Albania, dan terpaksalah mereka membayar ganti rugi. So ada berapa kes di sini? Rainbow case 1, Charzo factory got 1, and you got another one ialah the resolusi 687 berkaitan Iraq and Kuwait. Another one anda nampak ialah berkaitan dengan kes Carrefour. Carrefour channel will be very interesting case also. Berkaitan dengan kapal yang terkena periuk api. Diorang bayangkan mana-mana diorang letak periuk api ni semua. Well, dahsyat. Okay. So dia nak kita lihat kepada dua kategori lah. Satu ialah objektif, satu ialah subjektif. Yang saya kata tadi kan dia ada ujian. Dia ada dua objektif, dua ujian. Ujian tersebut ialah ujian teori objektif, teori subjektif. Dia senang saja. We only have to remember the draft article on the state responsibility of the states for the International Wrongful Act. Then we have to look into few cases earlier, which the Rainbow case, which the Carrefour case, which also related to the resolutions of 687 on the Iraq, Turkey. Then we go into only two important tests here. One will be that objective, one will be the subjective. Got another test also will involve. So when we talk about objective and subjective, what is objective? Objektif here it says that suatu negara adalah bertanggungjawab jika kelanggaran suatu obligasi diputuskan, maka negara berkenan harus mengambil segala risiko tanpa mengira kesalahan. Kelanggaran sesuatu obligasi diputuskan. Okey, dia kata tanggungjawab kepada risiko yang dia buat. Tapi the subjektif dia ada perkataan cuai. So satu ialah objektif ialah tak ada perkataan cuai. There's no anything related to negligence. But on the subjective, we got what? We got negligence. So what are the theory been used for the claim? This one you really have to remember the case law. The first one, the France-Mexico. Related to the warga negara France dibunuh oleh dua orang askar. You see, this army also, they kill. Why? I also don't know. Say why? They said memeras ugut. It's one of the two, these people who really tarnish the army's name . Army supposed to be what? Soldier supposed to be somebody honored, somebody need to be trust, somebody protect people. So these people kill a warga negara France. So is it they terpaksa sekarang membayar? Is it the Mexico government akan membayar kepada isu berkaitan dengan perkara yang dibuat oleh dia punya organ ataupun dia punya agent? Anda rasa apa? Pasti ya kan? Correct or not? How can simply they can say no we don't say that because they already didn't do and didn't follow our instruction, right? Tengok dekat sana dia kena ke tidak. Mexico bertanggungan. So it's obvious lah, you do something wrong, your agent do something wrong like this, you have to bertanggungan lah. And there are few more, anda boleh nampak dekat sana yang ada isu berkaitan tembakan. Semua yang objektif ni ada isu berkaitan tembakan. The first case tembakan, second case, the near claim case also related to tembakan. See the tembakan, seorang superintendent Amerika telah ditembak di sebuah lumbung di Mexico. Again Mexico. So Mexico, why the US don't like the Mexico? Everyone know Mexico is a place that always what distribute what to the US.
Cocaine.
Drugs, cocaine. Oh, that one dahsyat, you know. So Mexico is not an easy place. Hi, Sri.
Hi, sir.
Hi. So we are talking on tanggungjawab negara. Tanggungjawab negara ini dia ada beberapa kes untuk kita lihat. Pertamanya ialah state responsibility draft itu. Mana anda kena cari ialah see the draft article yang cikgu sudah share dekat sana. That's the first thing that you have to click. After dah klik tersebut, then you have to know what is state responsibility. State responsibility ialah isu berkaitan dengan tanggungjawab negara dalam mendapatkan atau dalam memberikan apa. End of the day, what is that? They want what?
Remedy.
Ganti rugi. Ganti rugi. Is it you all think if they paid the ganti rugi sudah memadai ke? Contohnya macam yang cikgu bincang tadi, ada beberapa case. One is the rainbow case. The rainbow case isu berkaitan siapa dengan siapa? Who's involved in the rainbow case?
New Zealand.
Yes. So that case, what happened? Is it who did the wrong, sir?
I think it's French, right?
Yeah. So then the New Zealand have to pay the compensation. Kalau ada isu berkaitan pelanggaran kapal menyebabkan kerosakan, akhirnya state itu akan menjadi apa? Bertanggungjawab. So Mr. Max, very good. So another one is Kafu. Kafu case we can take what? Which negara? Kafu Channel, Albania and UK. Yeah. So Albania, UK, dua kapal UK masuk perairan Albania, ada periuk api bawah dia. So merosakkan dia punya kapal. So menuntut Albania. So mereka terpaksa membayar ganti rugi. Dan satu lagi ialah resolusi berkaitan dengan Iraq memasuki ke dalam Kuwait. Adakah Iraq terpaksa membayar ganti rugi? Jawapan dia lah ya. So state responsibility ini akhirnya akan memberi pandangan ataupun penjelasan yang sangat jelas mereka terpaksa membayar ganti rugi. Chapter ni cikgu pun rasa semua dia bincang pasal ganti rugi saja. Tak nampak ada isu berkaitan dengan SC. Security Council. There's no. Okay, kalau Security Council punya isu, mereka akan kenakan sekatan ekonomi. Tapi dalam semua kes ni, isu berkaitan perspektif bagaimana melihat tanggungjawab negara itu adalah dua. Satu ialah objektif, satu ialah subjektif. Objektif senang. Dia terus direct kata objektif itu satu perbuatan. You do something done by someone who related to you, that means they have the link. That means that's an organ, the agent, is the individual. If that is that case, dia adalah warga negara ataupun dia adalah anggota kepada kerajaan atau negara tersebut, maka perbuatan dia, contohnya yang kita bincang tadi, isu berkaitan Mexico. Negara Mexico ini selalunya menggunakan dia punya askar, kadang-kadang dia tidak mendengar kata-kata kerajaan dia, dia akan membuat pemerasan, mengugut, boleh membunuh. Okay, contohnya seperti rakyat US. So bila mereka melakukan perbuatan-perbuatan ini, dia akan jatuh di bawah teori objektif. Maka mereka boleh menuntut apa? Menuntut ganti rugi. So all this thing akan jatuh di bawah isu berkaitan dengan ganti rugi. Okay, you all have to look into that. What is the objective test? And look into the Roberts claims. See the Roberts claim here. It says what? Robert ditahan menurut Undang-Undang Tempatan Jenayah Meksiko, namun layanan diberi. You see the layanan? dipenjara dan tempoh masa yang panjang diambil sebelum beliau dibicarakan dan tidak munasabah, bukan di bawah standard bertamadun. That means if you all know isu berkaitan dengan refugee di Malaysia, refugee di Malaysia adakah treatment dia adakah standard dia international standard? Because Malaysia tidak mengiktiraf refugee. So Malaysia tidak perlu mengikut kepada standard yang ditetapkan oleh United Nations because they don't. Saya rasa anda tahu kan, dia tak recognize the refugee. Melainkan jika anda sebuah negara yang sudah pun iktiraf refugee ini ataupun banduan-banduan yang ditahan ini, adakah banduan-banduan itu harus dilayan dengan baik? Jawapan dia lah ya. Maka standard dia jatuh, maka anda boleh dikenakan tindakan di bawah apa? International minimum standard. This is the word they use. International minimum standard is what? If you all fail to put that said international minimum standard, you don't observe it, you don't do it, then you will be caught under the, again, international responsibility. So international responsibility, very easy. One is objective, one is subjective, and next will be the subjective theory. Look into the Home Missionary Society case. They have imposed a tax towards Syrian, see that, semua penduduk asli di Protectorate of Syrian Leone. Okay, dia ada kenakan satu tax. Okay, so ada pemberontakan from that home actually, di antara UK and US. So when this UK government mengenakan cukai kepada these people, they entered into mana? Dia melakukan pemberontakan ke dalam kediaman pendakwa agama yang diserang ramai pendakwa agama telah dibunuh. So this is orang asli, and these people have put it tax and they go and did something to another party, which is the pendakwa. Sekarang adakah kerajaan tersebut akan bertanggungjawab? What will be the answer? Mob. Adakah mereka bertanggungjawab? Mahkamah menyatakan apa? Tidak ada sebuah negara boleh dipertanggungjawabkan kepada tindakan pemberontakan. So if UK government put something against a party in their country and they went and gone against another citizen of US in that case, whereby it says the mob, it is not accords to the legality. It's not governed by that state government. Some more they say they are orang asal, orang asli. So the mob, it is not been governed by that state government, therefore they will not be liable. So adakah mob ataupun adakah riot, adakah sesuatu yang salah di sisi undang-undang kerajaan itu akan bertanggungan? Jawapan dia ialah tidak. So setakat ini apa yang mereka bertanggungjawab ialah apa? Mereka bertanggungjawab kepada perbuatan siapa? Perbuatan agent. Agent ataupun organ kerajaan. Seperti siapa? Askar. So just now we saw that case law of Askar. Just now we saw the case law of related to that kapal-kapal berkaitan dengan kerajaan-kerajaan. Semua itu kita nampak dia ada isu berkaitan dengan kerajaan tersebut. So mob mungkin tidak boleh lah. Kafu channel, what happened Kafu channel? As we discussed earlier, the laut dalam bawahnya adanya periuk api, terlanggarnya kapal ini menyebabkan kepada kerosakan. UK menuntut, British menuntut, adakah ini boleh ataupun mereka berjaya? Dipertanggungjawabkan. Kerana walaupun cuai ataupun tidak, it is definitely menyebabkan kepada apa? Menyebabkan kepada kerosakan kepada kapal UK. Selalunya, this is very dangerous, They always keep if you all still remember, I don't know which country, if you anyone can recall, they simpan the toxic. You all still remember the ship? There's one time berlaku letupan. That is Albania, right? Libya or Albania, right? You all still remember? They kept the one of two
Cyprus,
ship.
is it? Cyprus.
Cyprus, so the one, the letupan so damn huge, isn't it? until the blast, the entire condominium, like they can see that it's like a nuclear blast, something like that, like atomic lah. Nuclear means gone lah, entire thing. Tapi memang diorang simpan sisa-sisa toxic, the government lah. Because of what? Because of the usage of payment for the pot. So they kept there, dia meletup. So ada isu-isu yang boleh terjadi kerana kecuaian sesebuah kerajaan. Contohnya macam you go into this Vietnam, you go into this Colombia, Cambodia, you go into all these country, you all must be very careful. I think you all know why, isn't it? Because they always ada periuk api. So people yang berjalan di atas the paddy field or kepada tempat-tempat yang ada monument, those days I saw a documentary, they say it's very dangerous also. So they always be guided by the people there. Because adanya perang, mereka selalunya tanam apa? Periuk api. So if you put the lake, what will happen? Blast, bomb. So is it because of that can claim for negligence? Subjektif, tanggungjawab negara. Okay, so adanya isu-isu. Yang tadi saya nampak satu old lady, she was holding, you know what they call? Oh, you know the bomb. You know the bomb? There's one bomb, like macam dia panjang tau. Macam hammer sikit. What they call it's nice name to that bomb, She holding that bomb almost like 20 years. She using that untuk, dia ketuk untuk pecahkan kacang, She don't know that it's a bomb actually. But she's holding as that thing is bomb. So bila kita nampak perkara-perkara yang boleh menyebabkan kepada kecuaian negara, state responsibility, if the person is other state, what will happen later? Apa kemungkinan boleh berlaku if other state, other country, kalau berlakunya letupan, berlakunya kematian, definitely they going to get the seat what? Compensation or damages. So we have to look into all the cases here. And next will be the attributability and imputability. Attributability and imputability, apa dia adalah isu berkaitan dengan anggapan. They say anggapan. Hanya tindakan ketinggalan seorang individu boleh dikaitkan dengan sebuah negara akan mempertanggungjawabkan di sisi undang-undang, mestilah perbuatan yang tidak sah oleh negara itu sendiri. Sekiranya perbuatan itu dilakukan oleh orang persorangan, selidik sama ada mereka bertindak untuk negara, jika ya maka tanggungjawab antarabangsa, jika tidak ada pelanggaran undang-undang antarabangsa. So attributability ini, adakah dia lebih kepada isu berkaitan dengan tindakan ketinggalan seorang individu? Is it we can put the theory of anggapan for the individu? Because before this we talk on two people. What is that? We talk on two entities. One is the organ, agent. Another one is what? Organ, agent. Another one is what? Another one now will be the individual. So when it comes individual, they looking into the attributability, imputability, di mana it says more to what issue of tindakan attribute or impute. That means another ketinggalan. Dia kata perbuatan ataupun ketinggalan. Siapa? Seorang individu bolehkah menjejaskan atau membawa kepada tanggungjawab negara adalah berdasarkan kepada persoalan apa? Persoalan perbuatan dilakukan individu itu di mana ada anggapan memang adalah atas individu itu buat ikut siapa? Ikut arahan negara. So kes yang kita baca tadi ialah, anda boleh nampak kes tadi kan, ada satu kes ni, Messi claim. See the Messi claim, dia kata apa? Kerosakan seorang warga negara US telah dibunuh di Mexico. Individu ditangkap tapi dibenarkan melepaskan diri. US cuba menuntut kerosakan di mana seorang warga negara US dibunuh di Mexico. Seorang individu ditangkap tapi dibenarkan melepaskan diri. Mexico telah dipersalahkan atas kegagalan pihak penguatkuasa untuk menangkap semula pesalah tersebut. So, it's an individu. Satu prinsip bahawa apabila salah laku wujud bagi pihak orang sedang berkhidmat suatu negara tanpa mengira status mereka, negara berkenaan mesti dipertanggungjawabkan atas semua tindakan bersalah pegawai-pegawai kerajaan. So that means attribute here is apa? Attribute dia adalah individual, but at the same time there's another thing here, agent also here, that is a police officer. So they have actually left the person lah. That means they didn't arrest him properly. Lepaskan dia. And US claim against this party because siapa telah meninggal dunia lah the citizen of US. So far, I think you're very clear. This one easy. This one very easy. One of the easiest topic to be understood in international law is this topic. Why? Why this topic is one of the easiest topic to be understand? Because if you look into the draft responsibility, it's already there. Everything is there. But only problem is they don't allow us to bring all this draft inside. Because you see the Article 7, access, authority, contraventions of instructions, the conduct of organ of a state or of a person or entity empowered to exercise elements of the government authority shall be considered an act of the state under the international law. See everything written here. Conduct, direct or controlled by a state, Article 8. The conduct of a person or a group of persons shall be considered an act of the state under international law if the person or group of a person is acting on the instruction of or under the discretion or control of that state in carrying out the conduct. So anda boleh nampak semua ini sudah pun ditulis di bawah draft article. So draft article ini dia akan menumpukan perhatian kepada tiga keadaan. One is the agent, second is the mob, the people which is not authorized, and the third one will be whom? The third one will be the individual. Got it? It's very easy, The only thing they want what? At the end. Like Miss Amy said just now. They only want compensation. It is not something to do with the security council. Itu semua tak ada. Jangan nak bawa security council semua. Ini ialah responsibility of the states against whom? Against the other states, maybe their property, or maybe the individual, or maybe their agent also. So whether they are also should be considered or should legally abide with the responsibility. That's a question here. So bermaksud bahawa mereka boleh dipertanggungjawab ataupun tidak, jawapan dia ialah ya. Saya suka yang tadi kan, Amy said the Yeoman's case. The one's really important. If not mistaken, you read that Yeoman, isn't it? That's the case that you're talking about, right? The Yeoman. The VAMM. Is it the Yeoman case? True or not? True. Is it so? Or it says something else? Because we got the case law of Yeoman. You all can see the Yeoman. US and Mexico. Mexico telah bertindak ganas terhadap warga negara US, walaupun mereka diarahkan melindungi mereka, negara tetap bertanggungjawab. Very important case. Yeoman case, very important case. One of the important case yang selalunya ada isu berkaitan dengan you supposed to be protecting, but you did what? You did something else. Ini boleh keluar dalam soalan. Pernah ada keluar soalan di mana state itu perlu protect, tapi dia pula bertindak ganas terhadap orang yang dia kena protect. Yang boleh dikaitkan dengan case mana? Ada tak ini boleh dikaitkan dengan kita punya isu berkaitan dengan diplomat? Can we say that? In diplomasi, isu berkaitan dengan embassy, if a country have asked their soldiers or army or agents to protect the ambassador, tapi mereka pula pergi mencederakan, adakah mereka ni boleh dipertanggungjawabkan untuk kecederaan yang berlaku? Jawapan dia ialah ya. Jawapan dia ialah ya. Because anda boleh baca Yeoman case ni. Cuba Google Yeoman case later. Try to read all the entire Yeoman case. Lepas tu anda ada, atau cikgu akan sharekan nanti. Anda ada juga Union Bridge Company case. Di mana dalam kes tersebut ialah anda boleh nampak the Cape government telah bersalah ambil neutral property sewaktu perang. Diputuskan liability masih dikenakan walaupun tiada niat kerana kekurangan perhatian oleh pihak penguatkuasa dalam pengambilan barang yang dipertikaikan. So they got issue related to the British officer of the Cape Government Railway. Okay, they took the property. But most of the property took by this British government. What? Looting. You all know, right? They like to what? If they go to one country, the first thing they will do what? Mereka akan membawa balik harta-harta tersebut ke negara mereka kan. Itu yang mereka buat. Baru-baru ini, if not mistaken, reason one, they have sent back the statue of a god or goddess of Indians one. They have sent it back. So they got also do all these things, you know. So jika mereka mengambil harta dan sebagainya, as I said just now, related to property, Indian Bridge Company case, juga ada kaitan dengan kes berkaitan dengan harta. Care claim case, tadi kita dah baca kan, isu berkaitan askar-askar sepatutnya yang bertindak sebagai pegawai yang kompeten, mereka pula menggunakan kuasa. You know? So all these things ada isu berkaitan dengan apa? Attribute tersebut. That means anda kena lihat kepada ada tak mereka attribute ataupun ada tak mereka bertindak di bawah di bawah ataupun di luar skop mereka sebagai satu authority. Okay, do they do that or not? Because all this related to what? All this related to the authority. Artikel berapa? Artikel berapa? Artikel 7. Access of authority or contraventions of instruction. Next is Zafiro. Zafiro punya case law, walaupun tindakan personal individu tidak kira sebagai rasmi dan negara tidak boleh bertanggungjawab atas tindakan itu, negara tersebut mungkin bertanggungjawab kerana gagal dalam menjalankan kuasa mengambil untuk mengelak suatu tindakan. Kemungkinan, they use the word maybe. That means kemungkinan persoalan seorang individu juga boleh dilihat, orang kata sebagai kerana apa? Tidak mengelakkan daripada berlakunya satu kerosakan, maka mereka boleh dikenakan tindakan. Okay, so that's not so very clear, but it shows that they are talking on the agent principle also, where the agents coming in. The Mossy case adalah menjadi satu keperluan untuk diambil kira di bawah undang-undang, iaitu di bawah undang-undang antarabangsa. Sebuah negara sepatutnya mengiktiraf tanggungjawab terhadap tindakan dijalankan oleh pegawai-pegawai. Again, the officer. So you all can look into whether the officers punya duty, if they don't follow the Article 7 of the responsibility of states of the wrongful act, thereby the states will be fully responsible over the act of the said agent. Mostly they are whom? Siapa mereka? They are the soldiers, army, agents lah. Saya anda faham. Next ialah berkaitan dengan individu. Any question before that? Cikgu laju ke?
Okay, sir.
We all look so. Ada apa-apa yang baru ke yang mungkin anda all is there anything that like to share about issue related to newly released or newly things happen in the international forum? Anyone? Do you like to share anything? Tak ada. MEU, laju. Okay, cikgu laju kan? Cikgu tahu cikgu laju. Okay, why cikgu laju? Satunya ialah cikgu nampak dia punya draft artikel very simple. Okay, cikgu pergi kepada persoalan dia. First few cases. Okay, now we try to get few first cases. Anyone? Want to give me the few cases that you all can recall? Can we say first case law rainbow? This is a good question. Will this topic will be mixed with the other topic? This question, if not mistaken, it could mix with the issue related to the diplomatic. A bit. Dia ada mix sedikit, tapi dia bukan mix sepenuhnya. You all have to look into my English version. The notes yang cikgu sharekan dalam English version tu will explain to you better. You all see the English version? Dia ada satu artikel yang sangat penting tau. You see that article? Nanti cikgu pergi tengok. Still remember. Ada satu artikel yang sangat penting dekat sini. Cuba tengok artikel 36 lah. Cikgu nak cuba kaitkan lah kalau dia ada artikel tersebut. 34, 36. See? 36. Nampak tak? 36. You all can see the 36 lah. It says what? 36.
Compensation.
See, this is the real idea of this chapter. For the question asked by Miss Emmy, I'm breaking it lah. This question will be involved this actually. The compensation. So whenever they said what compensation can gain by the issue of mob, you all can see the mob case just now, right? Something to do with mob riot, all that. Is related to what actually? Related to attribute of someone in the state kan, yang mana dia buat sesuatu kan, macam kita buat rusuhan. Ada tak dia boleh menyebabkan embassy itu mengalami satu bentuk kerosakan? Logic is what? Logic is memang. Tetapi dalam kes yang kita bincang yang berkaitan dengan embassy itu, bagi saya dua kes yang kita bincang dengan embassy. Who remember this case? Who remember there's two case yang cikgu pernah bincang?
The Lebanon, UK.
Excellent. Lebanon, UK, very good. Power. Another one is what? Tehran, right? Correct or not? US. Okay, so UK one, very important. Why UK one very important? What happened in that case? UK one? The constable died, isn't it? True, right? The constable died, kan? The woman constable died. Why she died?
Kena tembak je.
Okay. Tehran punya case, Tehran case what happened?
The hostage case kan sir?
Pandai. The hostage case. So Tehran case itu ada kaitan dengan siapa student kan? Betul tak? Student yang masuk kan?
Yes. Dia yang tak ambil dokumen semua.
Okay, good. Now, end of the day, case tersebut tadi yang embassy itu boleh dikaitkan dengan apa? What is the article 36 says what? Compensation.
Okay, sir.
Nampak tak sekarang kaitan dia apa? Maksudnya bab ini dia boleh dikaitkan dengan satu kejadian kerosakan. So, kita tak boleh kata negara itu akan dikenakan apa? We cannot say negara itu dikenakan sekatan ekonomi, right? You know some student will go and write their sekatan ekonomi. Some people say sekatan ekonomi. When the embassy person go out from the country, is it that is also shows some kind of what? I don't want to stay in this country as an ambassador. I want to just go off from this country and sign up pergi kepada negara saya. That means the standing state memanggil semula dia punya ambassador untuk balik ke negara dia. Ada tak itu menunjukkan satu bentuk protes tak? Is it that one is protest? International law? Isn't it true or not? That is means they are breaking the relationship, right? But if anything happens to them inside let's say country, they can ask for the state to responsible for the act. Jawapan dia ialah ya. That's why kita ada isu berkaitan dengan responsibility of the state. Paling penting kerana saya masih ingat lagi, setiap soalan ini dia akan pergi kepada artikel ini. Dia akan pergi kepada the final article berkaitan dengan compensation. The state responsible for international wrongful act is under obligation to compensate for the damage caused thereby, insofar as such damage is not made by good restitution. The compensation shall cover any financial accessible damages, including loss of profit insofar as it established. But this second 36(2) also we can see into the cases whereby ada juga losses of life, isn't it? True or not? Yang tadi kita nampak kan, yang agent-agent membunuh, menembak mati the Mexico in US and all that. True or not? So adakah bermaksud bahawa mereka juga boleh dikenakan damages for the loss of life untuk mereka compensate siapa? The family members of the people lah, yang deceased family lah. So adakah bermaksud dia boleh jadi dua link ni, boleh tak jadi satu soalan? Boleh. That's the answer for Miss Amy. Dia boleh menjadi satu soalan. Can. But we have to be very careful because at the end of the day dia ada isu berkaitan dengan defenses. Dia tak habis hanya dekat ganti rugi, dia pun dia akan pergi kepada defenses. So ini macam soalan kontrak sikit. This is really look like a contract question. In contract question, we will use section 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D, section 40, section 65, 66, then we go to section 74 on the ganti rugi, right? True or not? That's how we look into the contract through. So similarly, the obligation, duty of the state, responsibility of the state come under which obligatory? Dekat mana? To safeguard any people who went into his state. Even it is not ambassador, even it's anyone, he's went into his state. Do that means the state have responsibility towards to the community or towards to individual from the other states? Answer is yes. Referring to which article? Referring to which article? What is preamble? See, I'm teaching the preamble all. Because some people don't read the preamble. What is the preamble there? There's no something preamble. You just go straight to Chapter 1, General Principles, Article 1. It says every international wrongful act of state entails the international responsibility of that state. Element, it says what? There is international wrongful act of a state when conduct consisting of action or omission. See the words? That's why I said this act is very, very important. Why? Exactly as I said earlier, attributable, constitute breach of international obligation. This all is the answer. So you have to look into Article 1, Article 2, and all this article must be written in your answer till your article what? Article 80 pula. Article 30, 36. But before that, you have to know dalam fakta itu siapa yang melakukan kesalahan lah. Individual ke, mob ke, agent. Then you have to look into the test. Test dia jatuh kepada apa? Jatuh kepada objektif, subjektif, and isu berkaitan dengan attributable tu kan, yang berkaitan dengan anggapan. Tiga ini. Kaitkan dengan semua kes tadi. The first case ialah senang, Rainbow, Kafu, dengan resolution apa? 368 of what? Of Kuwait and Iraq. Simple. They only pay what? They only pay compensation. So dia macam half question boleh keluar untuk soalan ni. Even though let's say they ask for essay, they will ask like 15 marks lah. So mereka boleh keluar half marks. Because ini adalah satu chapter yang not to be difficult to understood lah. Daripada yang awal tau, yang awal yang kita ada persoalan berkaitan apa? Territory responsibility, territory jurisdiction kan. Yang tu dia lebih macam you have to watch out which is territory, which is jurisdiction, all that, right? Because you have to look into the Montevideo Convention, all the aspect of the state international law. Tetapi bila datang kepada the last topic berkaitan diplomat only 3. On the issue of the consul dia punya bangunan, isu berkaitan dengan ambassador atau embassy dia, isu berkaitan dengan siapa keluarga dia, isu berkaitan dengan pekerja-pekerja dia, isu berkaitan dengan bag dia yang kita bincang tadi. Semua itu akhirnya ada kaitan dengan kalau tuntut pampasan ganti rugi, terus link kepada persoalan adakah state itu responsible towards to the act? Jawapan dia yes. Case law, put all the case law that I mentioned and find one which is could be objective or subjective and put it there also. And you say at the end, looking into the Article 36, whereby the damages should be compensated by the wrongful act done by the state. That's all. That is the said answer. Nampak tak? Macam mana cikgu kaitkan dengan satu soalan. Tapi you have to find me one question on that lah. Or cikgu akan carikan untuk satu soalan. Let me also look for that said question and put it to you all. Because this is what? One of the easiest topic. One of the easiest topic. I still remember till today the Article 36, which taught by that time lah, Mary George, and also we discussed with our great Mr. Hakim. You all still remember him? Mr. Hakim and all that lah, related to the case laws. So yang ni tak perlu nak ingat banyak case law pun. Just ambil beberapa case law pun tak apa. Tapi dia ada satu lagi, dia ada juga ada kesambungan dia tau. Dia ada isu berkaitan dengan hostage case tau. Yang tadi saya bincangkan kan, yang berkaitan dengan Tehran semua tu kan. Ada sedikit isu berkaitan dengan itu. Dia ada kes berkaitan noise claim, US dengan Panama. Okay, dia ada kes-kes tersebut, hostage case. Okay, bila cikgu dah habiskan the last yang ni, bermaksud kita punya chapter sudah pun apa? Sudah pun habis. Okay, only one more part I need to share with you all. Tanggungjawab negara part 2. Dan dia punya chapter dah habis. International law kita dah complete dalam bulan ini juga. So cikgu katakan cikgu kena buat satu kelas, extra kelas untuk anda semua kan. Cikgu akan bincang. That means habis lah. Kita sudah pun habis kita punya syllabus. Kita tak carry apa-apa lagi ya. We already done that syllabus. We went through a lot of things there. And we also have to plan for our revision. Okay, there's a question here. If terrorists attack, state not responsible kan? Terrorists, because they come and attack the own country, right? Because terrorists coming from where? Like, you know, Mumbai attack. Have you heard about Mumbai attack? Have you heard about Mumbai attack? There's one time, if you go Google, that's a terrible one. And mostly what will happen at France. France also, you all know there's attack. A lot of other terrorist group also will attack. And one of the India, I take the India one, very easy for me because I still remember. The Mumbai attack, whereby even the soldier cannot tahan the attack of terrorists coming into the country. So, who is terrorist actually? Terrorist, is it a part of the said country, agent of the country? You're not right. So, easy to country to say what? Easy for them to say what? It's a terrorist attack. So, it's not part of them. So, mereka takkan apa? Mereka mob pun, kadang-kadang kalau mob pun yang berkaitan dengan teroris punya isu ataupun tak dipersetujui oleh kerajaan, not they are responsible. Mereka takkan bertanggungjawab. Contohnya isu berkaitan hostage case, US diplomatic on consular staff in Tehran. Negara Iran dia adalah bertanggungjawab ataupun tidak. Dia kata negara Iran tidak bertanggungjawab bagi perbuatan individu yang merusuh masuk ke dalam kedutaan US. Tetapi negara Iran bertanggungjawab kerana gagal memberi perlindungan terhadap kedutaan tersebut. So the answer for that issue Tehran tu sendiri, kita nampak dia ada 2 layer. Satu, dia kata they are not responsible over the individual attack, but they don't give protection to the embassy, the consular. Is it that failed them? Is it that's a negligence? That's negligence. That caused them to pay the compensation or to be responsible over the attack. So tindakan orang persendirian, private citizen bukan tindakan negara. Even the private citizen cannot be accepted as the own country's act. Dia orang tulis dekat sini. Tidak boleh. Even got another case, the Noyes case, yang mana diingatkan dekat sini, wujudkan orang persendirian mungkin akan menyebabkan negara dipertanggungjawabkan jika negara gagal dalam melakukan obligasi yang terbangsa. So what is the state responsibility on international law? It's for them protect the embassy or protect the people of the other state lah. Because it's stated here in Article 1, every international wrongful act of a state entails international responsibility. There is an international wrongful act of state when conduct consisting of action or omission attribute to the state under the international law. See the word under the international law constitute a breach of international obligation. So Article 1 and Article 2 is very, very important. So simple, right? I do answer, right? That means what? Who they responsible at the end? They're responsible to the agent. Do they responsible for the mob? Individual? As general? Looking at the Tehran case? No. Tehran case, not the Tehran case. Is it they responsible over whatever done by the soldier or police? Answer will be yes. So agent only. Even individual is doubtable lah. It's another question that could arise lah. Okay. And here they put Article 9. Look at the Article 9. What happened in Article 9? See the Article 9. Article 9 says what? Conduct carried out in the absence of default of official authorities. The conduct of a person or group person shall be considered as an act of states under international law if the person or group of person is fact exercising elements of governmental authority. In the absence of the default of the official authorities and in G, everyone is here back. Okey, dia akan ada banyak persoalan nanti ya. Anda kena jawab banyak isu dalam dengan international law ini. Terutamanya ada kes yang selalunya anda tahu Nottingham case. Okey, Nottingham case juga akan ditanya di sini ya. Isu berkaitan Nottingham dan juga isu yang lagi satu ialah Eichmann case. Because Eichmann, you all still remember Eichmann, the agent of Israel, it cannot be identified whether it's agent of Israel, They didn't, Eichmann. They didn't found out. I think they know but the other party cannot prove whether the party was from the Israel or not, the Eichmann case. So when they entered to the Argentina, the Israel go and arrested, said Eichmann, right? So they entered to Argentina. What? Is it state responsibility or not? State responsibility, right? Supposedly, right? Because agent dia masuk. Tapi anda kena tahu, dia orang minta maaf saja. Setahu saya. They just minta maaf. If you all read that case, they only say sorry to the Argentina. Okay, but they took Eichmann and they punished him there in the Israel. So, there are circumstances yang boleh kita nampak bahawa sukar untuk kita kenal pasti siapa agent at the end. This is very good. Mereka memang dahsyat lah. This one, diorang buat punya benda ni semua, I tell you. Diorang boleh buat undang-undang baru. Even they can play the international law very well. Okay. So, as y'all can remember the Eichmann case. Y'all can remember the Eichmann case, right? Eichmann very simple to remember, right? Nicaragua,
Yes,
Eichmann. Dua kes ni paling senang. Dua kes ni ada dalam semua keadaan. Dua kes ni berada dalam semua keadaan. Okay, give me the Eichmann punya case yang kita sentuh sebelum ni. Dia jatuh dekat mana? Universal test. Perlindungan. Dia dekat mana? Isu berkaitan apa? If I say perlindungan, if I say universal,
Bidang kuasa ke, sir?
okay, pandai, very good. So that one related to the Lotus case. Excellent. So Eichmann kita nampak dia berada di mana? Even jurisdiction. Eichmann juga kita boleh nampak dia berada di mana? state responsibility. So sekarang bila anda nampak keseluruhan satu pelajaran international law, what you can imagine, no? Is it the international law consists of a territory? Kita kalau nak kesimpulkan dia, adakah dia lebih kepada isu berkaitan dengan territory, jurisdiction and all that? Is it so? Betul tak? Is it so? Betul kan? Maksudnya, anda punya state, dia ada isu territory, ada isu jurisdiction, ada isu berkaitan dengan apa? Isu berkaitan dengan embassy, if you need embassy issues lah. Isu berkaitan dengan state responsibility. So semua ini ada isu di bawah satu keadaan dipanggil United Nations. Territory, if I say territory, what do you all remember on territory? Anyone? What you all can give me on territory? Occupation. Okay, excellent. Occupation some more. If territory is only involve occupation. Occupation. Some more what? Penempatan. Okay, Island of Palmas. Lagi?
Penaklukan.
Penaklukan. UN Charter 2-4. Lagi?
Pemberian, sir.
Very good. Pemberian, preskripsi, last kali, territory adalah di bawah beberapa satu ujian paling penting. What is that? Last kali dia adalah mengikut kepada satu ujian paling penting. What is that? What at the end, satu dunia kata ini perlu ada supaya dia jadi territory.
Definition.
Ujian? Kawalan?
Effective
Kawalan?
control.
Effective control. What is the case law for the effective control?
Pulau Batu.
Excellent. That's the word there. Superb. So you all have to know how does they going to control ialah melalui that Pulau Sipadan, Batu Putih and all that. That's a kawalan effective control. Jurisdiction, important case law. The flower. What is the name of the flower? Start with L. Lotus. Lotus, do look into how many type of, give me the type of tests that involve under the seat lotus. Lotus got how many type of tests? Objective, subjective. Excellent. So then we got what? Under the said lotus, after that we got all that principle lah we stated earlier. Isu berkaitan universal, protection, and somehow what is the jurisdiction lagi? Isu lagi apa? All that ada kaitan dengan case eachment. Betul tak? Ada kaitan dengan case eachment. Betul. Ada tak ada lagi satu lagi? Teori berkaitan mangsa. Mangsa punya kita panggil apa? They look into the mangsa. Who is that said mangsa? What theory is that? Victim. So we need to do a discussion on this jurisdiction. Then you go into what? A is what? Ambassador. Embassy. Embassy we look into three. One is what? One is related to the diplomatic. Second related to what? Property or the said family members or the employees. Lastly is what? Bag. Can the bag can be scanned now? Can they go under the scan system now? Scan now. after the case law, what? Two important case on the embassy. The Libyan, the Deco one. Is it the Deco one cannot? Deco one, they put him under the back, isn't it? True or not? You all know, right? The Deco one, they put under the back, isn't it? The one, the Tehran. Just remember the Deco case. Anyone remember the Deco case? The back case. Now can be scanned. Abuse. Put him in under the what? Dia bawa dalam bag tu kan? Dia bawa apa? Dia bawa the individual inside the bag, isn't it? Kidnapping, abduction. And this one is another one is related to what? Another one related to the new one is under the article what? What is the article? Still remember? The back and courier article. There's amendment. After the case law of Libya, they went to the United Nations, asked them to amend. Sekarang boleh scan kan? Those days only can be scanned if it didn't read what, written what? Tak tulis apa? Tak tulis atas dia berkaitan dengan ialah milik negara. It must be stated that embassy or ambassador ataupun COP negara tersebut. Jika tiada, maka bag tu boleh diperiksa. Okay? So cikgu akan ulang balik no worries cikgu akan ulang balik. No visible marks. Yeah, correct. So that's all under the seat back lah. And the last one will be the issue related to the Article 36. What is Article 36? The few cases you remember at this point. Rainbow, Tafu, another one is what? Compensation. Rainbow, Kafu, and last one you remember the number 678, the resolution on the Kuwait, Iraq. Remember that. Correct, right? Iraq, right? Iraq ke Iran, Iraq, right? Betul kan? So after that, after this idea, then you remember the two important cases again will come back to the state responsibility. What is that two important case? Nicaragua, impeachment. Can you do chart? Simple chart like this, can you do? That means you put what? Territory, jurisdiction, issue related to embassy, state responsibility. How many chapters? 4 chapters. Can put all the cases here. If you start to do this chart, okay, can. If you start to do the chart, if you can do it, like the chart is already can now show you the imagination. You need to imagine, start from where, end where. You need to imagine. So last dia macam apa? Sekarang dia punya chapter ni semua macam apa? Contract kan? Betul tak? It's really like a contract kan? Duty, macam breach of duty like negligence. Why you have negligence? Duty of care, breach of duty, causation. Correct or not? So you can see the breach of duty happen here or not? Most of the time they're talking on what? State responsibility or breach of duty. Tapi dia kena simplify lah. Tapi dia bukan simplify macam tu kan. Kita boleh kata lah kita simplify. Tapi orang punya profesor dia tak nak ajar macam ni. Betul tak? Dia nak wording dia apa? Do you know wording dia? Orang jangan pergi simplify sangat macam ni. Just ambil dia untuk tujuan memory. Tanpa ini tak boleh nak pergi ke dalam sana. Kena ada memory juga. Then from there took one word, kembangkan dia. This I'm helping because memang orang tak boleh buat akta. So, cikgu terpaksa buat satu carta untuk anda. So I'm starting with this before I go to my revision. Before revision I will give the chart. So cikgu akan bagi chart yang senang-senang untuk anda. But I'm already putting it. This is an idea lah. Okay This is an idea. 4 chapters first. Before that, how many chapters? Before these 4 chapters, how many chapters there? Sources. After sources, what? The municipal law. Correct or not? Issue related to what? Incorporation, transformation, right? True or not? Sources, the municipal law, international law. Then you got international personality, the Montevideo Convention. Excellent. Then also another simple one, Montevideo Convention, because you only perlu explain dia Montevideo Convention tu ada berapa ciri-ciri untuk dia jadi sebagai sebuah negara. So you orang kena bayangkan lah, when you already like imagine like this, you all can see this properly, then we can beat the international law. Tapi ini untuk kita dulu, ini untuk kita. Like I said, macam hari tu kan, saya ajar kan, kita dulu, okay? Yeah, recognition states and government also important related to the recognition. The recognition is very important, but recognition they tested already. So I don't think so they want to test the Tinoco one that we did, the Montevideo Tinoco. So I don't know whether they're going to ask again. So when you all go leap, try to ask whether she's going to repeat back again all the question or not for the new cohort. For the old cohort, I'm sure she's going to repeat again the question which given on the March. So ready with the March answer. Look at the March questions. Okay, and also Dr. Sheikh already sudah pun masukkan the rangka jawapan the A student kan yang kita ada bincangkan where she put what highlight issue, law, application, conclusion. She put all the issue nicely. So structure, don't forget a structure. Conclusion, I said conclusion. How the conclusion? Don't talk like something that international law means this is the final thing, but she did something different. In my opinion, she all put like that, but actually law paper they won't write like that also. The conclusion will not come, in my opinion. It is not accepted in the master level. My opinion, it is not carry any weight to that paper. Whose opinion carry weight? The authority, because law paper facts. But she give idea like that, maybe that's because her understanding lah. I think the questions related to that. So kita kena baca soalan itu berhati-hati Tapi kita safe. Kita ada jawapan yang safe. Di mana anda semua tahu kan, yang mana tim kita memang dia punya line tu dia safe. So itu sudah memadai. Saya nak anda pass, habiskan saja. Okay? You are on the safe line, but target high sikit pasal dia akan kena A. Kalau anda target A, dia akan kena B dan sebagainya kan. So target high sikit. So that's only for today. Any question that you want to ask? Nanti cikgu snapkan yang ni, cikgu masukkan dalam group. Okay, tapi saya boleh cantikkan lagi lah, but cikgu akan buatkan nanti chart dia. Let me do like a thought. Okay, no worries, we're going to do it this year. Okay, but nobody knows, we in the team, they don't know, so you just keep yourself first, all your ideas, your knowledge, but mostly kindly keep in touch with the what current international law, the changes, what happening, all that. You see, the Biden and Trump now, Biden cannot answer anything, also not. They got issues on the 28th, right? Yang mereka bukan 28, 2 days ago, 26, they got some issues, right? She even cannot answer. So you all can see the international, US one very important. It's global player. Okay, so try to look into all that aspect. Nanti juga akan bincangkan dengan anda next class. Bila dah habiskan, kita akan buat kita punya kelas tambahan dan sebagainya. Any question? So no question. That's all for today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.